This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to DRTSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shiva Prasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome to Dr. Awadhesh Pandey ji, MBBS, DRM, PhD, or he is a holistic health expert. And I did play an introductory video last time. I hope people will remember him. But without wasting time, I'm going to straight away connect to him because he is coming from Himalayan ranges, where the third eye hospital, where he's trying to cure people. You don't need any sort of medication, whether it is hypertension, diabetes, or cancer. We have already brought out. But today, specifically again on diabetes, stating that this diabetes, what you have been pondering over, is not a blood sugar disease. మధుమేహం చక్కెర రోగం కానే కాదు. जो मधुमेह की हम बात करते हैं रोग, इसमें शक्कर की कोई प्राविधान है ही नहीं. तो आज की बड़ा टॉपिक है ये. और साथ में जो डायबिटिक फुट कहलाते हैं, जो जिसको काटते हैं, काटना जरूरी है या हम सही सलामत केवल थोड़े डॉक्टर साहब बताएंगे उन चीजों से हम अपना पैर को बचा पाएंगे. డయాబెటిక్ ఫుట్ అంటాం కదా, దాన్ని కూడా మనం పోసేస్తారా, ఇన్ఫెక్షన్ పెరిగితే, కానీ దాన్ని రక్షించుకోవచ్చా, సంరక్షించుకోవచ్చా అనే అంశాలు ఈరోజు డాక్టర్ అవధేష్ పాండే గారి నుంచి, సాక్షాత్తు హిమాలయస్ నుంచి వారు మాట్లాడుతూ ఉన్నారు. థర్డ్ ఐ హాస్పిటల్ వారి వెనకాల మీరు చూస్తున్నారు, హిమాలయన్ రేంజెస్ మధ్యలో థర్డ్ ఐ హాస్పిటల్ फ्रॉम देहरादून से डॉक्टर अवधेश पांडे जी, हिमालयन के गोद से जो थर्ड आई हॉस्पिटल, जहां पर इन्होंने काफी लोगों को चिकित्सा दी है और चिकित्सा से लोग संतुष्ट होके बाहर आ गए हैं. और हैदराबाद से भी काफी लोग जा रहे हैं वहां पर. मैं हैदराबाद में बैठ के आज शो कर रहा हूँ. देहरादून से डॉक्टर अवधेश पांडे जी, जहां वो चिकित्सा करते हैं, वहां से आज हमारे को लाइव में उपस्थित है. वेलकम स्वामी.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the large introduction. I don't know whether I am worth it, but thank you very much, sir. हैदराबाद से अपना रिश्ता ये बना हुआ ही है. मैंने अपना डीएनबी निज़ाम इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल साइंसेज हैदराबाद से किया था और मैं वहाँ पर 3 साल था. दिस वाज इन अर्ली लास्ट 2000 के आसपास, 1999. तो ये हैदराबाद से अपना रिश्ता है. नाउ द टॉपिक ऑफ टुडे, डायबिटीज. 8 billion population of the world. 0.5 billion are diabetics and 0.5 billion are pre-diabetics. So 1 billion people out of the 8 billion are diabetics. ये सोचने ऐसी बात है कि ये सबसे सबसे बड़ा अगर कोई महामारी है तो डायबिटीज है. And with my limited experience, I being in nuclear medicine and radiology, मैं एक बात बोलना चाहता हूँ, मैंने डायबिटीज से ज़्यादा खतरनाक बीमारी अभी तक देखी नहीं. It is one of the most dangerous diseases that I've ever seen. It is not just a blood sugar disease जैसा लोग ये समझते हैं. वो अब वो नहीं है. जस्ट टू एक आपके चेहरे पे मुस्कान लाने के लिए एक बाय द वे बात बोलता हूँ. आप इतना मीठा खाते हो और इतना कड़वा बोलते हो तो मीठा कहाँ जाएगा? शुगर में ही जाएगा ना. आप उसको बाहर क्यों नहीं निकालते हैं? मीठा बोलते भी नहीं. हम खा तो लेते हैं मीठा, हम जुबान से बोलते हैं कड़वा. कड़वाहट हमारे जीवन में भरा हुआ है, तो वो मीठा कहीं तो जाएगा, तो ब्लड शुगर बढ़ा देगा. इसलिए मीठा बोलना शुरू करो, थोड़ा सा शुगर भी कम होगा. जस्ट बाय द वे, just to just as a joke. Now starting with the topic, sir. Diabetes is not a blood sugar disease. I repeat. लोगों को लगता है कि ब्लड शुगर इन एक्सेस ऑफ 120 इज डायबिटिक, उसके नीचे है तो डायबिटिक नहीं है. प्री डायबिटिक हो सकता है. How do we come to these conclusions? These are scientific facts. There are ways how people come to this conclusion कि ये होना चाहिए. I agree to it. But suppose if I tell you it is not a blood sugar does not matter. What matters is in type 2 diabetes, there are two types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. We are talking about type 2 diabetes today. Type 1 is an autoimmune disease. We'll talk about autoimmune diseases when we talk about autoimmune diseases in a separate interview where you have requested for a list of all diseases. We will do on everything. But
Yes.
today we are talking about type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is hyperinsulinemia. You take food, whatever food you take, pancreas sends sends insulin, which takes the sugar that is processed from this food when you are eating and puts it in the cell. That is the role of insulin. But that is not the only role of insulin. We'll come to this. First, let's try to understand. If you eat anything, pancreas will stimulate insulin. Insulin will release out of the pancreas. The duty of insulin is to go and pick the sugar and put it inside the cell. This insulin is not able to do that. So this is called insulin resistance. So there is insulin resistance that is causing blood sugar to rise because insulin that is there in the pancreas is not able to take the sugar from the blood and put it inside the cell. So the sugar levels in blood is rising. Now, very simply understood is if insulin is not able to do that, okay, we'll devise some way how it can be done. That is what is the challenge that all drug companies are facing today. The second is this this is not the only work of insulin. Insulin changes the whole hormonal balance of the body. You will get a thyroid issue. You will get other hormonal issues. Remember, we are a hormonally challenged generation. How? You look at that. We can't sleep. Insomnia, pineal gland problem, the third eye problem. We are having thyroid issues. This is also a hormonal issue. We are having cancer breast. It is a hormonal issue. We are having cancer prostate. It's a hormonal issue. We are having cancer pancreas. It's a hormonal issue. Diabetes, blood pressure, all are hormonal issues. So the total hormones of the body go haywire when there is hyperinsulinemia. So insulin is a growth factor also. वो आपका मुंह भी बड़ा करेगा, पेट भी बड़ा करेगा, अगर कोई ट्यूमर है तो उसको भी बड़ा करेगा. इंसुलिन का ये काम है. So here we are not fighting blood sugar, we are fighting hyperinsulinemia. And we have to devise a way how insulin can be metabolized. And it is very simple. The body has capabilities to do everything, including insulin metabolism. You have to give the body time. We don't give time. 7.5 hours the body takes to metabolize the insulin shoot that has come up after food. So if you just space your food to 8 hours, your blood sugar is going to fall. You are going to come back to normal. But in diabetes, what we are doing is every 2 hours you need to eat something. So which means the insulin level is perpetual. And this is not, that is why we call it a chronic progressive disease just because हम अपनी जुबान पे लगाम नहीं लगा पाए. जुबान पे अगर लगाम है तो 3 लोगों से वास्ता नहीं पड़ेगा. खाने के लिए है तो डॉक्टर से नहीं, बोलने के लिए है तो पुलिस और वकील से नहीं. और इन तीनों से वास्ता ना ही पड़े तो ज्यादा अच्छा है. So we need to understand this. So this is, so summarizing this diabetes is not a blood sugar disease. अगर आप इंसुलिन लेवल्स को चेक में रखेंगे तो ब्लड शुगर अपने आप नॉर्मल आ जाएगा. यू डोंट ब्लड शुगर इज द इफेक्ट ऑफ हाइपर इंसुलिनीमिया. So the disease is not blood sugar, the disease is hyperinsulinemia. If you are treating blood sugar by some drug, by some wonder or magic drug, trust me, you will never be able to beat diabetes. This I am saying with a lot of experience. Here, we are curing people of diabetes within 7 days, whatever their diabetes type 2 status is, whatever their diabetic 2. They might be on insulin injections also. That does not matter. And the patient, in maximum in 7 days time, the blood sugar comes back to normal. And all your drugs are stopped. The patient gets surprised themselves how blood sugar is normal. The second part was diabetic foot. So what happens is whenever there is hyperinsulinemia, firstly, the hormonal composition of the body completely changes. Completely. It's not the same body anymore. That is the first. Second is there is a vascular problem, whether it is in the eye called retinopathy. We call it by different names. It is a vascular problem. So there is the microvasculature gets gets diseased. Whenever we talk about blood vessels, there are two types of blood vessels. Macrovasculature, what you can see with naked eyes. Microvasculature, what you cannot see with naked eyes. You can see it with a microscope and things like that. So the microvasculature gets diseased in cases of diabetes. And this microvasculature, wherever it is, will cause a disease. Whether it is in the eye, whether it is in the heart, whether it is in the foot. So wherever there is high microvasculature, it will be diseased. Therefore, you get a diabetic foot or or a retinopathy because of diabetes. And all this can be taken care of once you get the basic hang of the disease. So I just gave you the basic hang of the disease. Dusri baat, what we have forgotten is fresh air, good sunlight, good relationships, and a good place to live are basic characters where diseases are healed. So we are lacking in all these, and therefore we are diseased. If you get things going, even at your home, our basic aim of making this is people should listen to this and get cured themselves at their homes. That is the basic purpose. Because how many people can we see in a in an OPD, or how many people can we admit here? 1 billion, 1 billion people all over the world, and your channel is watched all over the world. So we thought it's a good idea to actually put it here, and so that so many people can be benefited by it. Ji sir.
Wonderful, wonderful, Doctor Saab. You have put it in a simple way. मुंह को लगाम. If you can control your mouth, whether it is tongue, your speech, the way you speak, and the food you take can have a telling effects on your body. The food you take, if you can control, diabetes is not there. And if you can control your tongue, you don't need an advocate or a policeman. That is the beauty of life. You don't need a doctor, an advocate, or a policeman if you have control over your mouth, your tongue. Because the taste buds are there in the tongue, you feel like eating more and more, and you fall sick. When you speak something different, which is not palatable to others, policeman will come. You need to go to the court, and advocate has to step in. These are all the ill effects of one tongue or your mouth. So, yeah, that's up. Now you tell me, what should people do now? Now you said now it's a big this thing coming out. It is not just blood sugar disease. It is the hyperinsulinemia. Then how do you control that? what should we do?
In our uh, जितने भी हमारे ग्रंथ हैं सब में एक बात का वर्णन है, एक बार योगी, दो बार भोगी और तीन बार रोगी खाना खाते हैं। योगी एक बार खाना खाते हैं, भोगी दो बार खाना खाते हैं, रोगी तीन बार खाना खाते हैं। तो अब हम 75 इयर्स ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस मना रहे हैं, किससे? ब्रिटिशर्स से। तो 75 इयर्स पहले ही ब्रेकफास्ट, लंच और डिनर उनके साथ चले जाना चाहिए था, उनके साथ चले जाना चाहिए था, क्योंकि हम भारतीय हैं। भारत में 2 जून भोजन की बात होती है और हम भोगी हैं, तो हमें 2 जून भोजन परमिटेड है। और आप अगर 2 जून भोजन करते हैं, 2 ही बार भोजन करते हैं, तो यकीन करके चलिए यू कैन बीट डायबिटीज वेरी वेल, और भूख भी नहीं लगती है। 2 दिन प्रॉब्लम जरूर होगा, 48 आवर्स का प्रॉब्लम है, 48 आवर्स आपको निकालने हैं। जीवन में ये 48 आवर्स बहुत कुछ सिखाएंगे। पहली बात, अगर नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को भी कुछ सिखाना है तो ये सिखाना जरूरी है कि हमें अपने इंद्रियों पे वश कैसे करना है। ये भारतीयता है। भारत, क्योंकि पूरी दुनिया को एक टाइम आएगा जब भारत विश्व गुरु बनेगा और पूरी दुनिया को राह दिखाएगा, क्योंकि इंद्रियों पे वश हम बचपन में ही सीख लेते हैं। इसीलिए इंडियंस वर्ल्ड वाइड बहुत अच्छा करते हैं, बाकी लोग उतना अच्छा इसलिए नहीं कर पाते हैं क्योंकि इंद्रियों पे वश नहीं रहता है इनका। तो एक इंडियन होने के नाते, एक भारतीय होने के नाते मेरा ये फर्ज है आपको बताना कि आप अगर 2 जून भोजन करते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक बार 9 बजे सुबह, एक बार 5 बजे या 6 बजे शाम को, और इतना ही खाना बहुत काफी है। इसमें 50% रॉ फूड होना चाहिए, जैसे स्प्राउट्स, सैलेड्स, फ्रूट्स, और 50% कैन बी कुक्ड फूड। आप सबसे पहले यही परिवर्तन करना शुरू करें, आप देखेंगे ब्लड शुगर, ये डायबिटीज की दवा की जरूरत आपकी बंद हो जाएगी बहुत जल्दी, बहुत जल्दी। हो सकता है 7 दिन में, हो सकता है 10 दिन में, हो सकता है 15 दिन में, हो सकता है 20 दिन में आपको कमजोरी लगने लगे। कमजोरी का मतलब है दवा बंद करिए, योर डायबिटीज इज ओवर। आपका जो भी खाना हो, अभी आप जो भी खा रहे हैं वही खाते रहें, सिर्फ 2 बार कर दें, सिर्फ 2 बार, 3 बार ना खाएं। और 50% ऑफ दैट फूड जो एक बार आप खाते हैं, 50% ऑफ दैट फूड रॉ फूड रखें, स्प्राउट्स, सैलेड्स, फ्रूट्स। आयुर्वेद वाले मुझसे जरूर पूछते हैं कि सैलेड फ्रूट एक साथ खा सकते हैं कि नहीं, खा सकते हैं कि नहीं खा सकते हैं? यस, खा सकते हैं। इसके ऊपर बहुत रिसर्च भी हुआ है, आप जाके वो रिसर्च देख लें। बिल्कुल खा सकते हैं और पेशेंट निरोग हो जाएंगे। तो मैं आपको वो तरीका बता रहा हूं कि आप घर बैठे डायबिटीज ठीक कैसे कर सकते हैं और डॉक्टर के पास जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ सकती। इतनी महंगी महंगी दवाइयां खरीदते हैं आप डॉक्टर TSPR का शो ही देख लीजिए, आप ठीक हो जाएंगे।
Wonderful. Can you just put that in English? But before, ये डायबिटिक फूड भी एक बार हिंदी में खत्म करने के बाद संक्षिप्त में इंग्लिश में भी बताइए। डायबिटिक फूड, इसको किस तरह हम इलाज कर
Yes,
सकें?
yes. So coming back once again, trying to be bilingual, English and Hindi, for people to understand. If you eat only twice a day, whatever you are eating, whatever you are eating is fine. If you eat only twice a day, your blood sugar is going to fall down. And after some time, in 3-4 days time, you'll feel a lot of weakness. Weakness means reduce your blood sugar medication. You don't require it probably. The body will be able to handle blood sugar now, because you have given 7.5 to 8 hours between 2 meals. The body is able to metabolize the insulin that has come out from the pancreas 8 hours back, and now the body is ready for the second shot of insulin from the pancreas, and insulin resistance is going to go. Once you remove insulin resistance, what does it imply? Diabetes has gone. So we are trying to do exactly that, and we are doing it with a lot of success. I have not seen one single patient not getting cured. This is our hospital that you see. ये हिमालय की गोद में है, foothills of the Himalayas. You can see the Himalayas all around us, and Sahasradhara is flowing from the property, where you can put your foot in Sahasradhara and for hours together, because people come to Sahasradhara. It is magic water. They say skin diseases are cured with Sahasradhara water. You can sit here and put your foot the whole day in Sahasradhara river. It is the waterfall is just here, just the back that you see, the backside Himalayas. That is where the Sahasradhara starts, and we are right here. So all this, patients who come here get cured. Patients who follow us even on our YouTube, they also, we have got specific videos for specific diseases which we are planning to bring on Dr. TSPR show, so that you see Dr. TSPR show and get cured, so that you won't require us. But still, if you require, if you're not satisfied, we are there to help you. My YouTube channel is there, YouTube/Dr. Awadhesh Pandey, or you just type Dr. Awadhesh Pandey in YouTube. You will get, you subscribe, you will get all these in your regular emails also, and you will get all tips of how to live a healthy life, how not to die. The second
Wonderful.
was diabetic foot, which
Yes.
was a special request. Now, in cases of diabetic foot, what we do is, the first and foremost is hyperinsulinemia is gone. So now the insulting factor that had produced the disease is gone in 3 to 7 days time. In the meantime, all these people, without exception, I think mostly 90% of these people who are having diabetic foot are also having vitamin D deficiency, are also having zinc deficiency. So the diet that we give, we take care to put all these in the diet there. Plus, it is compulsory, if you are coming in third eye, it is compulsory to stay in the sun for 3 hours per day. It is compulsory. And you can see it is like a valley. The sun is here, whatever the temperature outside, the sun is here from 6 a.m. in the morning till 6 p.m. in the in the evening. So you will it is compulsory to be in the sun. And while you are sitting in the river, also you sit in the daytime, so that you can receive sunlight also. So whenever there is a diabetic foot, we do all these things, and miraculously you'll be surprised that diabetic foot, the circulation starts again. We sincerely feel that there is no cell in the body that cannot regenerate, even brain cells. They can regenerate. Now modern medicine has accepted it and called it neuroplasticity. So the brains, the nerves, everything can regenerate. This is the new science. We it's a long time that we have been practicing the old sciences and giving drugs to people. Without any drug, patients can get cured. With drugs, they can be maintained. They cannot be cured. Without drugs, they can be cured. So we are showing the pathway of cure. We are not showing the pathway of maintenance.
Wonderful. So you mean to say you don't need amputation and all that?
It's our, we can try, sir. Any kind of diabetic foot, we can try and we can manage it. We can bring the patient out most of the times. But a few times things are so bad, gangrene has set in and all that. That needs to be very carefully evaluated. We also do a microcirculation scan there to actually find out what is the circulation status, the microcirculation status there. What is the microvasculature like? If the microvasculature is fine, then Everything can be done. If the microvasculature is absent, then unfortunately the patient has come very late and nothing can be done about it. So we have very simple ways of evaluating as to whether we can take up the patient or we can't take up the patient.
Yeah.
Ji, sir.
But at the same time, as you rightly said, if you the hyperinsulinemia, if that is controlled, even in that case also, you mean to say this vascularization, the capillaries or
Vascular
blood vessels.
problems will go. They will go, sir. They will regenerate. If you get time, they will regenerate and things will be normal. इससे बड़ी क्या बात होगी, sir, that you can save a limb. Otherwise, you think of that person. We are talking. Have you ever thought of that person? What
That's what
must be going on in his mind if he knows that his foot is going to be cut tomorrow?
that's a very sad state of
Now,
affairs.
what must be going? He must be remembering when he was born, what happened throughout life. Look, what is my status? The simple reason is you could never zip your lips. Please zip it now. Please zip it now so that you can save your limb, you can save your eyes, you can save your life. Ji,
Zip your lips. आप जैसे आपके क्या कहते हैं हिंदी में हम हमारे लिप्स को व्हाट इज द वर्ड
लगाम
अनफॉर्चुनेटली
लगाना, जुबान पे लगाम लगाना.
जुबान पे लगाम लगाइए और आप इसको बंद रखिए ताकि आपको डायबिटीज दूर हो जाएगी और there are another set of patients many were asking me they are habituated to eating fries morning as soon as they wake up they want to eat and afternoon how do they sustain because they are very hungry they feel very weak and meal to meal gap should be 8 hours so how what should
I
they
told
do
you, sir, it will take 48 hours for to change your habit because in 3 days time the body, the circadian rhythm of the body adjusts to the new normal. This whatever he or she was doing was a normal for the body. The body was trying to cope up. Now you have put something different, so it's a new normal. Body takes 48 to 72 hours to cope up with the new normal. And in trust me, in the third day you will not feel hungry. If 48 hours go by, you have to somehow eat only twice for 48 hours. Third day, you will feel your constipation has gone, your face looks brighter, your mood looks brighter, your energy level is high, even though you have eaten less food. People have this wrong notion that energy comes from food. Should I ask you something, sir?
yeah
Energy, the only source of energy on planet Earth is the sun. There is no other source of energy. There is no other source of energy. Let's not fool ourselves. There is no other source of energy. And the sun's lights are captured only in chlorophyll by photosynthesis. If you remember, as children, the first biggest word that we got in life was photosynthesis. It took me one complete day to pronounce it properly. Anyway, so that was so plants have the ability to capture sunlight, not the vitamin D capsule. They don't
yeah
have that ability. Plants have the ability to capture sunlight. So they have captured it, and that food contains energy. But if you cook it, it becomes a hopeless food. All energy goes away. Why I say hopeless? What goes away is H for hormones, O for oxygen, P for phytonutrients, E for enzymes. All goes away. All goes away from the food. It becomes hopeless food. And it from complex sugar, you have made the food simple sugar. So चाहे आप रोटी खा रहे हैं, चाहे चावल खा रहे हैं, it does not matter. It does not matter. You are eating sugar. You are eating simple sugar. You are not eating that sugar, what you call sugar, but the food that you are eating is sugar because it is cooked food. So cooked food is simple sugar. If it is raw food, it is complex sugar. It takes time to turn to simple sugar. That is why blood sugar is maintained. If if you take fruits also, blood sugar is maintained because it takes time for the body to to metabolize it into normal sugar. But it does not take time for the body to to metabolize the cooked food that you ate into simple sugar. It will immediately form a spike of sugar in the bloodstream. So this is how we are able to cure diabetes in 7 days time.
Wonderful. And what about the test parameters, which I really, as a doctor and as a simple man, in your own body, whether when you eat, see, now I fast till 12, 12:30, I don't eat anything. After that only I eat. And then again around 8 or 9, something little, very little we eat. But the parameters are the same for everyone. And whether I'm working or not, what food I'm taking or not, what age I'm in or not, and which type of world I'm in or not, how can the same parameters, fasting or post blood sugars, will hold good? Is this not confusing?
Please repeat your question once again, sir. Fasting? I
And
could not
post
get it.
lunch, fasting and post lunch blood sugar levels, parameters are one and the same. How can that be?
Now, I'll tell you what, sir. The first and foremost is if you are eating simple food, what you call food, this is going to make the blood sugar spike after you eat because it is cooked food. It will make the blood sugar spike. If you're measuring blood sugar, then blood sugar will be high. Even it will be high in all kinds of stress. Stress means if you're running from a lion, blood sugar will be high because you need energy to run away. So blood sugar will be high. So there is blood sugar that is variable. It also depends upon your stress levels also. But you, in order to control stress, you need to do a vagal stimulation, vagus nerve stimulation. We have already talked about it in a separate
Yeah, but we could
topic
not do that.
while you were interviewing.
Yeah, vagal stimulation, we could not do that actually. We thought we'll do it separately.
But vagal stimulation, we will definitely do it on your show also, sir. In my YouTube channels, there is an 8 minute protocol. If you do it, you can actually your chest pain. If chest pain is happening, that will also go. There are so many things that will come back to normal. There are so many things. Your constipation can go. Your salivation, if it is not proper, can come back to normal. Your eyesight can come back to normal. Your thought process can come back to normal. That is vagal stimulation. Vagal stimulation changes the whole dimension of your body completely. It transforms you. So vagal stimulation you should always do. Now coming back to the what we were discussing, if you are eating something, sir, blood sugar is going to rise and insulin will come out of the pancreas. Now you're talking about the blood sugar levels after food. Yes, it will be. But if suppose you don't eat, do you feel the blood sugar will fall, sir? If you're not taking medication, do you feel the blood sugar will fall? This is where the body steps in and says, you thought I was stupid. I am not. I have got more brains than what you think. Suppose if you are fasting after 3 days for 8 hours, blood sugar is not going to fall, sir. The body will be able to handle it. Body is not able to handle it right now because of insulin resistance. Body has only one tool to control your blood sugar by insulin, and that insulin is no more permitted to get inside your cell. And there is so much insulin that you have produced because you have to eat every 2 hours. There is so much insulin that body is not able to handle it, and body has left you. If you just do this, body will be able to handle it, and you will be completely all right. You will be surprised at how your body responds in just 3 days time. Ji sir.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Before I just say bye, because vagal stimulation, I think you should promise us we'll have that 8-minute video plus some excerpts going in too. And before
Sure, sir. Sure.
I really say bye, now I'd like to ask you, once you are on this type of regimen, so you don't need any diabetic medicine or insulin
Nothing,
after
sir.
this.
Nothing, sir. Nothing, sir. If you are taking, if if by mistake you are still taking medication, trust me, the blood sugar is going to fall. And the blood sugar has not fallen because of the body or the lack of understanding of the disease process. It has fallen because of the drug that you are taking. Stop that drug. Blood sugar will come back to normal. With this, I wish you all the best, sir. And if
Yeah. And, one last question, sir. One last one. The side effects, the ill effects, as you said, retinopathy, diabetic foot, everything will fall in line once this is corrected. Am I right?
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Yes, it it might take some time. It might
Yeah.
take maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, but patients will come back to normal. Their retinopathy will go. Diabetic foot can be cured, by the way. People feel it can never be cured. Amputation is the only answer. No, sir. God has given nothing that is extra in the body. We always thought, oh, okay, the family is complete. Why not take out the uterus? Okay, gallbladder is having stone. Why not take out the gallbladder? So this attitude needs to go because God has planned the whole body in a very different way. Each and everything that is there is actually supposed to be there. Your science has to match it. That being, let the uterus remain, you remove the fibroids, yes, it's possible. Let the gallbladder remain, you take out the stones, yes, it's possible. But it's not possible by me, it's possible by you. The viewers who are listening, you are the doctor of yourself. We are the facilitators. We will facilitate you to heal.
Wonderful. We will facilitate to you to heal. And हिंदी में एक शब्द अंत में क्या कहना चाहते हैं हम सब जो हमारे बंधु भाई जो भी देखते हैं चैनल को, और BRTSPR चैनल जो है रेडी है हैदराबाद में, अगर इस तरह का कुछ सेंटर आप यहाँ चालू करना चाहते हैं, you want to start something in Hyderabad, this part of the world, BRTSPR channels and myself will be very eager to coordinate with you, because ultimately we want to give relief, not by making money, and no, we have to give them relief come whatever may. They are all fellow human beings. It becomes my duty as an oath, do no harm.
थैंक यू सर द वे एक चीज याद रखिएगा अगर डायबिटीज आपने ब्लड शुगर की दवा से कंट्रोल किया विच मीन्स द हाइपर इंसुलिनीमिया इज स्टिल एग्जिस्टिंग तो वो आर्टरीज को हार्डन करेगा आपके आर्टरीज को हार्डन करेगा आपका हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस करेगा कैंसर्स भी हो सकते हैं सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर समथिंग अगर आपने डायबिटीज क्योर नहीं किया वन ऑफ द टू बैड वेज यू हैव टू गो यू हैव टू बी लकी नॉट टू डाई ऑफ अ हार्ट अटैक क्योंकि कैंसर तो होगा ही you will either get a heart attack or a cancer. That is why, and the highway is diabetes and blood pressure. These highways need to be broken.
Wonderful. तो मैं समझता हूँ कि अब ये तो सब कुछ आपके हाथ में है, हमारे हाथ में है. हम हमारे मुंह पे अगर लगाम रख सकते हैं, डायबिटीज खत्म हो जाएगी. और मुंह में अगर लगाम है, सही तरीके की जिंदगी जो बात कर रहे हैं, सूर्य भगवान है जो सहज शक्ति है, उसको हम भूल जा रहे हैं. अच्छी हवा, सूरज की शक्ति और अच्छी सी पानी, ये सब कुछ जिंदगी के लिए काफी अहमियत है. ये सब चीजों को छोड़ के हम डर के मारे, क्योंकि सही समाचार नहीं है हमारे पास, हम ये टेस्ट करवाते हैं, वो टेस्ट करवाते हैं, ये दवा खाते हैं, वो दवा खाते हैं, अपने मन को तसल्ली देने की कोशिश. लेकिन मुंह पे अगर लगाओ, 8 घंटे की जो शेड्यूल में आप जो खाते हैं, और उसमें साथ में सब्जी हो, बिना पकाए की जो सब्जी, या हम जो फ्रूट्स कहते हैं, फ्रेश फ्रूट्स और फ्रेश वेजिटेबल, इफ दे बिकम पार्ट, अगर वो आपके दिनचर्या की खाने की भंडार में अगर ये आप जोड़ सकते तो డయాబెటిస్ अपने आप चले जाएगा. సో ఇది ఈ రోజు 8 గంటల సమయంలో మీరు ఉదయం రాత్రి ఆరోగ్యంతో ఉండాలంటే వండిన వంటతో కాకుండా కావాల్సినటువంటి సలాడ్లు గాని మంచి ఫ్రూట్స్ అంటే మనం ఫలాలు ఆ ఫలాలు ప్లస్ కావాల్సినటువంటి సలాడ్ తీసుకుంటే 8 గంటల వ్యవధిలో మీకు సమయం ఇస్తే మంచి గాలి సూర్యరశ్మి తాగడానికి మంచి నీళ్లు ఇవన్నీ కూడా కలిపి మీకు ఎటువంటి రోగాన్ని అయినా దూరం చేస్తుంది. దాంట్లో డయాబెటిక్ ఫుడ్ కూడా డయాబెటిస్ మధుమేహం ద్వారా వచ్చేటువంటి ఇతరాతర అన్ని రోగాలు కూడా దూరం అవుతాయి. కానీ కేవలం మందులతోనే మేము బయటికి వస్తామంటే హార్ట్ అటాక్ కావచ్చు, క్యాన్సర్ కావచ్చు, ఎటువంటి వాటికైనా అది దారితీస్తుంది. అందు గురించే మీ ఆరోగ్యం మీ చేతుల్లోనే. సరియైన సమాచారం మంచి అతిథుల ద్వారా ఇవ్వడానికే డిఆర్టీఎస్పీఆర్ ఛానల్స్ ప్రయత్నం చేస్తుంది. శాస్త్రీయత మళ్ళీ సత్యం, ట్రూత్, సైన్స్. That is what our guests come on this show and try to share that information so that logic prevails. You can employ right to life, right to health is every citizen's fundamental right. We share the information. Rest is your habits and the way you adopt your life that is going to change you from all these diseases so that you can lead a happy, prosperous, healthy, and a comfortable life. In doing so, you always be happy. While being happy, do support DRTSPR channels, Citizen DRTSPR channels, and Environment People DRTSPR channels. And he has given you all where you can contact him. He has got his own specific videos also, and YouTube also, Dr. Awadhesh Pandey. Feel free to contact him. We have no inhibitions because we try to bring the guests to see that you get correct information. That is what we try to do. Remove fear, share rightful information, and health is in your hands. So you can directly contact him, and we will continue to do wonderful series with him. Next will be vagal stimulation and whatever topic he's going to bring out. But once again, sir, you are a blessed soul. हिमालय की गोद से आज हमने डॉक्टर अवधेश पांडे जी को इस लाइव में लाए हैं और एक बार उनको धन्यवाद कहते हुए हमारी जिंदगी अपने हाथ में है. किस तरह आप आगे लेकर जाना चाहते हैं ये आप खुद इसके जिम्मेदार होंगे क्योंकि आप एक नागरिक है. संविधान भी आप ही है. सही समाचार हमने आपको दिया है. स्वास्थ्य और जिंदगी आप ही के हाथ में. जरूर DRTSPR चैनल सपोर्ट कीजिए. Thank you very much, sir. Take care. God bless you.
Thank you.
Love to host you again
Thank you.
soon.
Thank you.
Bye, sir.